Hello, it's Peter Merrick, and I'm in Las Vegas. I want to share with you a thought, and it has to do with free speech. Think about it. Free speech. Do you know how the First Amendment was created? Why? What its purpose was? Well, John Adams, the second president of the United States, he started censoring the press. And as soon as the new administration under Jefferson came about, they put in the Second Amendment, in addition to the Constitution, saying that everybody has a right to speak to their own religion, to their thought. Because if your thought is controlled, you are not a free person. If your speech is controlled, you are not a free person. Now, over the last 30 months, things have happened that do not make sense, that make us question our entire society, that people who we thought were elected were really selected. These people went through a vetting process. Now, each time something happens for me, it is a crack in the matrix. And the first time I heard about it was during the 2008 primaries, the Democrats, the very Democratic Party. It's almost as if it's doublespeak. Where are they Democratic? Besides that, the first time I heard about it is when Hillary Clinton was running for the nomination for the Democratic Party, that she was losing to Barack Obama in popular vote from rank and file Democrats. And the incumbents were talking about the super delegates. These super delegates could override the rank and file, the average person, or what I've learned to call myself, a sheeple. I am so out of the loop. However, I bought into Western society that we were free. However, what I have learned is that there are certain people out there who don't like average people. They're pleasant to us, similar to if you were to go to a petting zoo, you would pet chickens and you would pet other animals that you might end up on your plate eating. Literally. These are the things that we have to question. And I won't be silenced, because guess what? Those who are silent, these are the people who end up disappearing in the middle of the night. Why do I say that? Well, I go and I look at what happened in Germany. They didn't immediately put people in gas chambers. They took rights away slowly. Do you know about the Gesundheit pass? This was a pass that they gave to people to be the state that they were healthy. See, history might not be exactly the same, but it sure is similar. And with the Gesundheit pass, guess what they didn't do? They didn't give it to Jews. They said Jews were dirty. And that was the excuse they used to actually put them into ghettos. And then before we knew it, the war was over, we discovered those ghettos led to gas chambers, not to resettlement, not to doing good, because there are psychopaths in our society. It's been shown that 1% of individuals are psychopaths. That means that they do not have any feeling towards other people. Now, just because you wouldn't do something doesn't mean other people wouldn't do it, and they would do it gladly if they were to benefit. Now, I want to leave you with this thought. There was a study done in the 1960s, and it was called Tit for Tat. And what it was this computer program to find the best strategy, and the way it worked was this. There were 3 programs. One, every time that it would come across another program, it would immediately smack it, attack it. The second one would always back off and allow itself to be attacked. And the third one would first approach, see what the other one did, and then react to it and mirror it. Meaning that if it was attacked, it would attack back. If it wasn't attacked, it wouldn't attack. Well, that strategy won. What it also found is there's a certain percentage of the population which are no different than white blood cells. What do I mean by that? They will sacrifice themselves to make sure that cheats, psychopaths, cancers do not infect the population. Now, most people are good. They want to get along. They want simple things out of life. The problem is we become lazy, we become fat, and the people out there do not care about us. And people ask me, what does this have to do with business? If you do not have freedom of speech, you are not able to conduct commerce. Because commerce is the greatest form of democracy. Meaning, if you provide a product that other people want, they will service you. And this happens with no obstacles placed in front of you to conduct with other people. This is why I've always chosen to be self-employed, why I've only worked with self-employed individuals or entrepreneurs, because these people, they choose to play with people and they don't have anyone else telling them who they can play with. See, life is short, your opportunities are bound. Your greatest moments haven't happened. And your greatest moments happen when you make a stand, when you know who you are, what your boundaries are, and you let the world know. So I've lost a lot of followers. I've also gained some incredible individuals, and I want to leave this with you. I want to ask everyone who's listening to this video, have you had real conversations with real people? I've lost all these people who basically just read from someone else's script. And what's come out of it is I've actually connected with thousands of people who have actually stepped out and said, I will not be silenced. What is happening is wrong. I'm not going to ignore things that are happening around me that don't make sense, that are actually very corrosive, not only for society, but for my family and me personally. And I'm willing to do something. So if you're that type of person, please join me, please write to me, because together, if we put our voices together, change happens. Every tyranny has fallen in human history when good people say, no, I will not acquiesce to evil, to tyranny, to little people who get satisfaction by imposing their will. I'm going to leave this thought. I get sick more than watching anybody else when I have Prince Charles lecture me, telling me I have to cut back. This man has never done anything for himself or anyone else other than take oxygen. And he tells us how to behave. Well, I am not a British subject, nor will I ever be, and will I ever listen to these people. I only answer to my conscience and my God. And I ask you to do that as well. You know what's right, and please stand with me, because right now we have a voice. And guess what? There are psychopaths, and I will say psychopaths, who want to take your voice. And some of them are running this platform, and they're running other platforms. And that goes against everything that was put into the First Amendment. The freedom to speak, and that is really, if I can't speak, I'm not allowed to think. Someone is trying to control my perception. Have an awesome day, and be heard, and speak your truth, and do not stop. It's Peter Merrick, and I'm in Vegas, and I look forward to us connecting.